a big surprise was where actually our money and our spending was going, and just the small things that add up to a large amount.
Probably the hardest thing is just making sure to record everything, and remember, it's a big change.
Yeah, even the small things like the allowance for our daughter, or going to a vending machine, or those are the things that add up, and then you forget, oh yeah. Yeah, I have to make sure I write it down, or we track it also on our phones. Mainly, we have created actually 529s for our children starting, and to have a payroll deduction from our payroll to be always putting in there. We've also paid off a lot of our credit card debt. We're hoping within a year that we have it all paid off.
We put aside an emergency fund, and we put aside extra money for a vacation we'd like to take coming up.
I think a big thing that we always have done is eat out a lot, and we've really cut back on that. Anything that we pretty much did, we used a credit card, and since then, since we started the challenge, we cut them up and we haven't been using them at all. We plan to not use them. The only thing that we have one for was for travel for Brandon's work, but other than that, we don't plan on using credit cards for anything else.
Our older daughter, she's 4, and we've started giving her an allowance, and she's saving money, and Alisha took her to the Disney on Ice a month or so ago, and she got to spend her own allowance money on the things she wanted at the.
Not all of it, a portion of it, but yeah.
Kind of learned creating the budget. Never really knew how to do that before, and the class made it easy to come up with a budget and come up with a spending plan.
I think it's important to always remind ourselves where we were. We don't want to go back to using credit cards, and that can be very easy, I think. As well as we could always, stop putting into the college funds, but I think it's important to move forward, continue what we're doing, and always have a budget plan and a spending plan, and not revert back. Just making sure we continually are being cognizant of our spending and how we want to move forward and how we don't want to revert back.
If you don't know what to do, there's people out there that do know what to do, and it's not as difficult as it seems.
I think a good starting point is to track every penny that you spend and go from there and look at what you're spending and look at what you're making and make sure that it's feasible and it's making sense in the long run. I think that we're just very appreciative for the opportunity, and we're very excited about our futures and our children's future and our finances as a whole.
It's taken a lot of stress out of some parts of life, and we're trying to get family and friends to do the same thing, and the ones that need some help. So